doubt you remember. But,
no, I remember.
We got you in the
I
bathroom.
only look stupid.
It was funny. You were very nice. Tell me whenever you're ready. When we have speed.
Huh? Yeah.
And you can just go
Yeah.
with you.
All right,
Don't worry
cool.
about it.
Okay, we have speed, haven't
All right, tell me, why don't you tell me about the shows this weekend? This was the first time that you played with Metallica and Faith No More. Was it different than, or how
yeah.
was it different? I'm sure it was.
I mean, all things considered, you know, walking into a production that size, after being off the road for 2 weeks and not really knowing what it was going to feel like or look like, walking into the building and just having that sort of like slow perspective of how big it got as you're walking down the hall and it's all opening up and you finally get outside to where the actual stage is. Seeing 100 and God knows how many people putting up this fortress so that you can go out and play was a little overwhelming. And considering we didn't plan ahead for any kind of show, you know, same way we've always done it, you know.
In terms of a set list and stuff,
set
you
list
mean?
and all that. We just went in. We rehearsed some tunes that we haven't played in a while in case they came up, and that was basically it. And then we just started the first show in Washington, and just said, okay, you know, click, 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 and you're on. And we just, you know, what are we gonna play first?
Are you telling me Guns N' Roses is watching the clock so that they go on time?
We're trying to be a little bit more considerate about that, you know, especially because of the heat. You know, I mean, the day is long enough for the people who are going. It starts like, you know, doors open at 2 o'clock.
Right.
You know, Faith No More goes on for, you know, 45 minutes to an hour. Metallica's on for 2 hours and, so, you know, sometimes 15 minutes. And then, you know, the set change between us and Metallica is an hour and 15 because, I mean, they're both big productions.
Right.
And instead of turning the stage around like most bands do, we have to take down the Metallica stuff and put our stuff up, and it takes a long time. So by the time we get on, unfortunately, most of the kids are burnt out, you know. But then we have to, you know, we play for 2.5, 2:45, something like that. So we try and get on as soon as possible. For the first time at Giant Stadium, we were actually ready to go, and the stage wasn't up yet.
Oh,
all of
my.
us were like standing around. Yeah,
One
that was
for the
an
record books.
unprecedented event. Yeah.
Well, it seems like that hour and 15, though, that the kids could also use it to rejuvenate. I kind of appreciate having a break, being able to go get a Coke or
Well, I
hot
think
dog
they
or
just
something.
fall asleep.
Really?
Or get really, you know.
Did the
drunk.
crowd seem asleep when you were playing?
It's, well, they're into it, but it's.
I mean, it's New Jersey.
You can tell that they're heat fatigued, and you can sense it's been a long day, and I know it's just a vibe, you know. Especially when it was 105 degrees, you know, in Washington. I mean, you can't expect anybody to sit there standing with 60, you know, one of 60,000 people, you know, for 12 hours.
Right.
You know.
Well, the people that saw the show Saturday night all mentioned to me that it seemed like all of you came out in an incredibly good mood in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That you walked
well,
out.
the tour is exciting. I mean, I'm not knocking the tour itself. I'm just saying
Right.
why it might be difficult
Right.
for people to deal with the entire thing because it's a long day. But it's, you know, all that aside, it's a huge rush.
Was there anything
Yeah.
in particular on Saturday night? Was it just the tour being excited and you being happy to be touring with these bands that? 'Cause
No, it's
they
actually
were
just
sort of
us
saying,
being happy
we
about-
saw them a couple of months ago, and obviously some people associate sort of the anger and the rage that a lot of the band represents or sort of is fueled on in terms of sort of a teenage angst as well. I think a lot of your fans identify with, you know, being
Well,
angry about things. But you came out and the show was just as good with everybody having smiles on their faces.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, we pulled off something that, especially in the 90s, it's more of an accomplishment to get all these bands who are so much against the system and against the industry standards and pull it together and make it the biggest thing of the summer. I mean, there's a sense of accomplishment. So yeah, you're excited, and you feel like you've changed a few rules, you know,
Made your own
and
rules.
you can do your own thing, and the people all buy tickets because they relate to it, and that's the biggest sense of communication that I think bands have a hard time getting that chance to really communicate their points and how they feel, and having them accepted, or even being able to have the channels in which to communicate. You know, usually they're blocked off. You know, people won't
Right.
let them do their own thing. So we managed to get through it, and it's sort of like, okay, you know, it's like, you know, to the whole business.
Right.
And you can
that's
go
rare.
out on a limb and take some chances, and people are into it. And yeah, the record business has to like let their hair down a little bit and realize there's a lot of stuff out there and take some chances as well. You know, because people, you know, I mean, not just kids, I mean, of all ages are really into it, and they just never have the opportunity to be involved in it because the record company doesn't want to take any chances, you know, with whatever band it is. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, like with Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Soundgarden, Faith No More, Us, Metallica. I mean, I could go on, and it's all like, it's almost spearheading at the moment, you know. And it's a good feeling. It's exciting, and it I don't know, basically makes you feel like it's worth fighting this hard and working this hard to make your point, because you can break that barrier.
Well, in terms, if other people, if fans have seen you last time around, what will they see differently? Is there anything? Have you changed the show at all? You mentioned songs that you were rehearsing. That do you not play them that often? Can you
Yeah,
mention
they just
titles
come up
for me?
every so often, but since we're so spontaneous,